Hey everyone, Gregory Douglas, the Creative Advisor here. Creative advice for working musicians to fast-track their careers. And welcome to another Music Interview Spotlight. Today I have the privilege of chatting with an internationally renowned artist and brilliantly talented singer-songwriter, Miss Sonya Kitchell. Sonya was signed to the Velour Music Group in 2004, and Starbucks Hear Music decided to release her album Words Come Back to Me as their second ever release in their Hear Music debut CD series in 2006. She's toured with people like Ben Harper, India Ari, Madeline Peru, and even shared the stage with legends like Joni Mitchell and Jeff Buckley. But her career picked up international steam when jazz legend Herbie Hancock invited her to tour the world with him in 2007. Her 2010 EP release, Convict of Conviction, brought quieter, more introspective times, and she's back in the studio now preparing for her next release. She's here today to let us in on her own experiences.
Below the tightrope.
Thank you so much for joining me with this.
My pleasure.
You look great. The lighting is excellent.
Oh, thanks.
I noticed you once asked Joni Mitchell what success was to her, and she replied, "Success is in the process," which I love that. And I just was curious what that meant to you because you had listed it so prominently.
When I was working with Herbie, I was around a lot of really influential people on a regular basis, and I decided that I wanted to ask a lot of people what success was to them and write it down and kind of maybe make a book or something someday, because I love to photograph, and I was photographing everybody that I was around just because I was there. And so I asked Joni, because we did a show together with Herbie. And that day, by the way, was one of the most amazing days of my life, spending a day with her. She's really, really incredible. And she said to me, success is in the process, not the outcome. It really, I heard her, it really resonated. And I have taken that to be one of my truths, in life, and to try to really remind myself that, am I enjoying what I'm doing right now? Like, it doesn't matter where I'm going. Does this feel good? And do I feel successful, so to speak, in the moment? And Herbie said, because his is really great too, that success was in being honest to yourself and never compromising your truth. Which I really have also. It's like those, I can't really remember what anybody else said. I have it written down somewhere, but those two are imprinted in my brain because they really, I try to adhere to them. How he explained it basically was that you could make a record, and it could all be stuff you really don't like, but you think it's going to be successful and you think it's going to make you money, so you make it. And if it succeeds, you kind of hate yourself because you're like living a lie and you're playing something that you hate, right?
Yeah.
And if it fails, you really hate yourself because you weren't being true, and it failed. And of course it failed because you were undermining yourself. And then if you are honest and truthful about what it is that you love and who you are, if it succeeds, it's like truly a triumph. And if it fails, you try again.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is success to you, by the way?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if I could say it better than that. It is about the process. It truly is.
It has to be, I suppose.
I love these interviews because it's so interesting to hear different perspectives, and I really appreciate you being so transparent about your own experiences. Any type of advice that you might have for artists today who are perhaps just getting started or trying to maneuver through the new ways?
I guess the advice that I would give is based off of the things that I think are perhaps my strengths, which are, I am aware now how important and crucial it is to have that freedom and joy in music. Very creative and very prolific as a writer. And it's because during that time, I'm not harsh on myself. And I think that advice I would give is to just play. And if you're creating, it's just to really be open and play and allow yourself to try things. And as far as a career goes, I would say you got to be fearless, and you got to, in that too, you have to really, got to really want it, because it's not going to be easy, and you will be tested again and again and again. And if you keep getting back up, then, you can probably have it. Remember that luck is involved and all these things, so that you have to kind of leave a little bit up to the unknown, I think, and put faith in that as well. Just kind of take in the sweetness of life, and then I think it all works out just fine.
I think that's great advice. And I think that you, just for the record, are so talented, and there's so much wisdom in your music. You are definitely an old soul, and
thanks for having me too.
Click on over to SonyaKitchell.com and show her your love.
Great talking with you. Bye.
Bye. Indie Music School is coming up. Want to step up your music career? For more info and free training, go to thecreativeadvisor.com/Indie Music School.